industry. We are honored to have these distinguished members of the PhD community and an accomplished industry professional for today's session. Before we begin the proceedings, it's my privilege to invite our esteemed dignitaries to grace the dais. To begin this auspicious occasion, may I request everyone to kindly rise for Tamil Thai Valthu.
நீராறும் கடலொடுத்த நிலமடந்தை கெளிலொழுகும் சீராறும் வதனமென திகழ் பரத கண்டமிதில் தெக்கனவும் அதிசிறந்த திராவிடனல் திருநாடும் தக்க சிறு பிறை நுதலும் தரித்தனரும் திலகமுமே அத்திலக வாசனை போல் அனைத்துலகும் இன்பமுற எத்திசையும் புகழ் மணக்க இருந்த பெரும் தமிழனங்கே தமிழனங்கே உன் சீரிழமை திறம் வியந்து செயல் மறந்து வாழ்த்துதுமே வாழ்த்துதுமே வாழ்த்துதுமே.
Thank you for the beautiful rendition of Tamil Thai Valthu. Please be seated. We shall now proceed with the welcome address. To formally welcome the gathering, I invite Dr. M. Arasu, General Secretary of PhD Tech Alumni Association, to deliver the welcome address.
Very good afternoon, everyone. It's an immense pleasure and pride to warmly welcome each and every one of you to the 4th Dr.P.Radhakrishnan Endowment Lecture organized by PhD Tech Alumni Association jointly with Department of Mechanical Engineering, PhD College of Technology. I am delighted to welcome Mr. S. Prabhu Gandhi Kumar, Vice President, PhD Tech Alumni Association, for presenting over this function. Welcome, sir. It is my pleasure to welcome today's guest speaker, Mr. Sivakumar Raghupati, B. 1996 Mechanical Engineering Batch, Program Manager, Exchange Program, Service Business Line, Mining Apple Smith, Chennai, for delivering the Dr. P. Radhakrishnan Endowment Lecture on the theme of how automation and digitalization helps processing industries. It is a very nice gesture on the part of Dr. R. Prasad Raju, former scientist, Department of Science and Technology, Government of India, to have come forward to institute an endowment in honor of Dr. P. Radhakrishnan, our former principal of PhD College of Technology and PhD Polytechnic College. We sincerely thank Dr. T.R. Prasad Raju for joining today's program through online. I would like to welcome Dr. J. Kanchana, Director, PhD Institute of Advanced Studies, Dr. B. Giraj, Principal, PhD Polytechnic College, for joining this endowment lecture program. A special word of welcome to Dr. K. Kannan, Professor and Head, Department of Mechanical Engineering, Dr. P. Viswanathan, Department of Alumni Coordinator, faculty members of PhD College of Technology and PhD Institute of Advanced Studies, and Dean, Autonomous Function, Dr. Vaidegi Madam, and all my faculty colleagues who have joined us to witness this endowment lecture. I also take this opportunity to welcome all the students and specialties for participating in this program. Once again, I welcome you all to this important occasion on the 4th Dr. P. Radhakrishnan Endowment Lecture. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for those warm and welcoming words. We shall now move on to the presidential address. It is my privilege to invite Mr. Prabhu Gandhi Kumar, Vice President, PhD Tech Alumni Association, to deliver the presidential address.
Hi everyone, good evening. Very happy to see you all here. And Professor Radhakrishnan sir was my first principal when I was in college. I joined the college in 2001, and for the first year he was the principal. Very fond memories of him, and after that we have worked with Radhakrishnan sir over multiple projects and stuff. The one thing which he told me when I asked him what I should be learning, when I was just entering college, the only thing he told me was, learn how to search. That was the time internet was coming in, and learn how to search the internet properly. That was the only instruction he gave me, and it has stood me in great stead. And I feel very proud that I'm able to deliver the presidential address on an lecture which was endowed for him. PhD Tech Alumni Association is one of the largest alumni associations of any college across the world, not just in India. I'm again very privileged to be a vice president of it. Even when I was a college student, I used to get involved in a lot of activities, and even at that point in time, RSS sir, my Giriraj sir, your Polytechnic sir, principal was my tutor. So we used to get involved. So I request all your students also to get involved in the alumni association, because it creates a huge amount of networking opportunities for you guys. Anywhere you go, any company you go, you will always find PhD Tech alumni either in the leadership position or very close to the leadership position. And the knowledge gathering, you ask any questions, how to move into anything, you will have a number of people willing to help each other. So as you guys complete college, get enrolled in the nearest alumni chapter. Today we have so many alumni chapters in almost every major city of India and also the world. So make use of all the networking and the learnings which the alumni association provides you. With that, I thank you for all of you to come, and hope we can all learn from our chief guest here, who's a very accomplished person in the industry. Looking forward. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your inspiring word and valuable insights. We now come to an important part of today's program, the introduction of our distinguished guest speaker. To introduce our speaker and set the context for today's lecture, I invite Dr. K. Kannan, Head of the Department of Mechanical Engineering.
Good afternoon, everyone. It is my distinct privilege to introduce our chief guest, a true titan of global engineering and operational leadership. With a remarkable career spanning more than 30 years, he has been a driving force behind major international engineering, IT, business development initiatives. He currently serves as program manager for exchange programs within the service business line in FL Smith Mining, where he oversees complex project management and global technical teams across multiple continents. What makes his journey truly inspiring is his evolution from a graduate engineering trainee to an international leader. Throughout his 3-decade tenure, his work has taken him across 3 different countries, United States, Denmark, and India. He has successfully spearheaded massive digital and structural transformations, including uniting major global subsidiaries under a single cohesive ERP and PLM systems. He holds a bachelor's degree in mechanical engineering from PSG College of Technology and is widely recognized for his passion for building high-performance autonomous teams. Please join me in giving a warm welcome to a visionary leader, a cross-cultural innovator, and our speaker for today, Mr. Sivakumar Raghupathy.
Thank you, sir. Now, to honor our esteemed guest, may I invite Dr. B. Giriraj, Principal of PH Polytechnic College, to present the memento as a token of our appreciation.
Thank you, sir. And now we arrive at the highlight of today's program. Automation and digitalization are transforming industries by improving productivity, efficiency, reliability, and decision making. Understanding these changes from an industry perspective is especially valuable for young engineers. It is my honor to invite Mr. Sivakumar Raghupathy to deliver the 4th Dr.P.Radhakrishnan Endowment Lecture on how automation and digitalization helps processing industry.
respected professors, all the staff members, students, all the participants. It's an honor actually to have a session, especially in the name of Dr. P. Radhakrishnan. It's really, it gives immense pleasure, first of all, to talk about him and how he molded. Because we are all one of the few privileged members to be part of his lectures, to be part of his leadership, visualized some of his real actions. So it's really an honor to share some of his contributions and also to share some of my professional journey in this podium. So again, welcoming you all for a short session. So I am Shivakumar. I am an alumni of 1996, passed out from PH Tech. So exactly 30 years ago. So I also just celebrated 30 years of service in the same company. So I have actually been placed, one among the very few placed in the campus, and one of the very few who hung up in the same company. So I don't know why, whether the company has not left me or I have not left the company. So the company has changed names quite a few times, but also I've been hung up in the same company. So that's our batch. Comprises of 44 people. So just wanted to start with a few notes on Professor Radhakrishnan. Dr. Radhakrishnan, who we fondly call as Dr. P. Nair, he not at all taught us anything about engineering actually. He basically, as I wrote, he taught us how to think. So it's not about engineering, so how you see things, how to think, and basically gave all the freedom to explore. So he will never allow us, so be it in a free period or be it in a casual talk, he will always add value. He will always give his experience. And then most important is he trusted on us. He trusted on us, he believed in us. So that's an important character we have all learned actually. How do you become really become one? So when we look back, Professor Radhakrishnan, again, it was not he was not a faculty member, as we all said, just now shared. So he actually anchored what we became. And he taught us not just engineering, he taught us the leadership skills. He taught us how to become a real human, really down-to-earth person. So I only remember during 97, 98, he became principal of PH Tech when we were there, second year, third year. Then, so that point of time, not many principal used to walk around the hostel. So he normally start by 5:30. So 5:30 he starts from his home, then he walks. Now the gates are different actually. You see a see-through gate. There was a long gate, quite tall, so people cannot jump. So we were all mischievous boys, used to jump all over the corner. So he put lot of fence. And then what he used to do is he used to walk and then come through the gate, and then he saw the security was sleeping, 5:30. So he was sleeping, and then he was quietly seeing the security for 10 minutes. And then he said, okay, why can't you go and have a cup of tea, and then I will do your duty. And then he stood up there, actually. He stood up there, and we all watched, actually. So that's the level of leadership, actually, showing. So he never believed principle is something, so you can drive anything hierarchically down. He really showed us by actions. So that's one. And then he goes into every hospital, I mean every block hostel, one block to another block, kitchen, toilets, everywhere. Then we started to see tremendous amount of improvement because everybody knew he will come. In the morning, everybody knew he will come and he will look at it. So, so basically that gives, and then it's not just like he goes and then only fix administrative stuff. Then he will also go walk around the area and then he see people and then he will have a talk with whoever is awake. He will talk and then he will say, okay, please pull all other people. So we were all saying, okay, Nair vandacha. So ellam olinjittu thoonguvanga. So but what I was it's also he used to say, just like Prabhu sir said, இந்தியாவுக்கு கால்குலேட்டர் வராத காலத்தில் பிஹெச்டிக்கு கம்ப்யூட்டர் வந்துச்சுன்னு சொல்லுவார். ஸோ தட்ஸ் ஆல்சோ ட்ரூ. அவர் கேட்-கேம் லேப் வாஸ் அன் இம்மென்ஸ் அசெட். ஸோ we didn't, I mean, until you, I mean, when you have one, you don't celebrate. When you go out, then you will know actually the worth of what you had. So the CAD/CAM facility was just phenomenally, because when I got placed into a company, I went into a company, then they were paying. I never had a computer for myself actually. We were all doing the drawings were all still made in hand. So, but then when we had the CAD/CAM center, we were having more than 50 computers. And then out of 50, at least 10 of them had 3D modeling programs. So solid wiring. So, I mean, sometimes at that point of time, we did not recognize how it was possible actually. So he was really an innovative leader. He brought all the technologies, all the forefront technology to come, ensured it comes to PSG actually. So just I wanted to share. And important characteristics on his behavior, very humble. So we never saw that he was a principal and then everybody was, yes, at times he tells what exactly to be done, but he was very humble person, supporting, and then he earned the respect. So not actually, he did not claim the respect, he earned the respect. And then very connected with students, all decks, students, professors, management. So he was a main link between all the three important parties. And then, as I said, very much connected to the current and latest technologies. So, பிரபு சாருக்கு சொன்ன மாதிரி என்ன நான் கற்றுக்கணும் அப்படின்னா, சர்ச் பண்ணுறது எப்படி கற்றுக்குங்க. 2001 சர்ச்சுங்கிறது இட்ஸ் குவைட் இம்பார்ட்டண்ட். ஸோ தட்ஸ் ஹவு ஹி ஆல்வேஸ் டோல்ட் அஸ். அண்ட் தென் ஹீ வில் நெவர் அலோவ் அஸ். ஸோ நாங்கள் அப்படி, so all these D block used to be a chemistry lab. So we used to sit, physics lab, chemistry lab. So இங்கே உட்காந்துருப்போம், வரிசையாக வெளியே உட்காந்துருப்போம். So he used to come and then say that instead of sitting here, you should go and look at the library. You don't have to read, just go to the library. First thing is you go to the library, then you will start to see the changes. So always he is not just so he basically inspired us how leaders should be. So that's very few words about Professor Radhakrishnan. And again, I would like to repeat, even though I've repeated, it's an honor to talk about him. And then it's really an honor to be part of his fourth endowment lecture, to be part of this PhD College of Technology in front of all the respected professors and students. So next 10-15 minutes, I would like to share about automation and digitalization and what is the exact difference. Sometimes we also mix up automation and digitalization. What is the difference? How we implement in our company. So before that, a quick introduction about myself. I have started, so I have brought up in Salem. And then my schooling, all the schooling done in Salem. Then the main character building, nammala kandupidichukonu solluvom, that's exactly I found out in PhD Tech, where really we found out who I am. So you start to realize who you are. That's between 92 to 96. Then I have joined one of the great companies in 1996. So little bit of personal. So my father is a school teacher, so quite strict. Municipal higher secondary school teacher, so you need to wake up 6 means 6. Dot means dot. So that's how I grew up. So quite few disciplinary things have inculcated in me. And then I'm also married. My wife is a school teacher. And I have 2 boys. One is 23, going to masters, doing masters. And then another one is 18, is just entering into the first year of college in Chennai. So I also do run. I like to run quite a long distance. So that gives me energy. So wanted to quickly share some of my professional experience. So just wanted to share about my on-site experience. I started in '96 in a company called Fuller KCP. As I said, I am still in the same company. Company name got changed 5 times. So it's not my problem actually. So it's company actually. So many companies bought, one company bought another company bought another company. So company got changed quite a few times. Fuller KCP, so I started as a design engineer. So it was like 300 people. So '96, it was always, you have to have a joint venture. So Fuller and KCP had a joint venture. KCP has a wonderful manufacturing facility in Tiruvattriyur in Chennai. And Fuller had a technology orientation. So they have design of all the cement manufacturing equipments. So we had a joint venture, worked there for 3 years. Then I was packed up to send to US for 3 years. On a deputation, then you grew up all your lifetime, you grew up as a, studied in Tamil medium. Coming to the Coimbatore itself is a big surprise. You come to a city where now you see the Coimbatore is quite different, but that time itself also is quite different. It's really a city, big city. So then going from Coimbatore to Chennai, it's another big jump. Going from Chennai to US is a completely cross-cultural jump. So I would say thanks to all the professors, all the subjects. So it's not just the subjects which mattered me in maneuvering all these different cultures, in maneuvering all the different situations. It's actually how we acquire. So it's the behavior traits which helped me. So that's exactly what we learn out of PH Tech actually. So it's not just the subjects, engineering, mechanics, design of machine elements, machine design 1, 2. So we have seen some great professors delivering, but then we also saw and then inspire many behavioral traits from our fellow friends, from professors, from lecturers, and all through PSG Tech environment. So that gave us quite a bit of confidence. And then my first assignment was in Arizona. One of the big machine was built. And then it's not just the US deputation is not just about, okay, you go, you be there, and then you do your work there. It's not about that, but you also try to learn why there is a different safety now, why there is regulations are quite different, why the environmental regulations are quite strict in US, why we are not like that. And then the working culture was quite different. So what you saw with me was my 2 bosses actually. So there I learned actually, so you are not all alone. You are not all alone doing separate project. It's always a team which matters. So that was the quick learning. And then Professor Kannan also hinted, I was part of the business transformation project. So I was one of the very few fortunate guys to be part of one of the big transformation project in our company, where we implemented PLM. PLM means Product Lifecycle Management. And then we also implemented ERP. So this was implemented in US, but then we have to do all the work from our headquarters, which is Denmark. So I had an opportunity to work with our headquarters in Denmark for 3 years, between 2012 to 14. Quite a few memories leading the global team. So it's not anymore the Indian team or the Chennai team. It's also the global team. So people from Germany, people from US, people from Denmark, people from Austria, everybody used to be part of it, and everybody had their own opinions. So driving to one common goal is not that easy actually. So, and there is also there is also certain way of doing changes. So it helped me to learn quite a lot of change management out of this project. Then coming back from Denmark, and then I predominantly settled in engineering. Moved from IT platform, and then going to an engineering. Then I was heading cement engineering for 4 or 5 years. Between 2015 to 17, I was part of heading the cement engineering. More than 400 employees we were all working too. So we serve complete cement plant for all over the world. Anything under FLS umbrella all over the globe, we used to supply engineering. So engineering was done out of Chennai from our engineering. So then I moved from engineering. So I also have a habit of moving. So I don't be in the same place for more than 4 or 5 years. So then I moved. So I took the challenging role of service line management of what you saw, the product HPGR, quite a massive product. It's also used to grind raw material for diamond, gold, iron ore, phosphate, alumina. So this is the first line crushing equipment. So that's my professional experience. So now part of the global team. So I don't lead anybody, but then we have a small team. So that's about the team. So entering into how automation and digitalization helps processing industry. So quickly, I know many of you would have heard these industrial revolution, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just wanted to recapture quickly, 30 seconds. So industrial revolutions came for a reason. Industrial revolution 1 came from mostly manual to automated. Industrial, which is basically the 18th century. And then moving into 19th century, then it brought us electrification. So we were able to make more assembly lines and then more automated lines. And then this is 19th century. 19th century to 20th century, then we moved to really the electronics. So basic automation. So automation, just in a simple word, driving a normal car with a gear is like a, or it's like a industry 3. Industry 4.0 is driving a automated car. So it puts the gear on itself. So you don't have to maneuver. So it finds its own way, completely automatic. So but it doesn't give you many other things. So automation is basically automating something which we do in a manual way. So that's automation. Digitalization is layer on top. That's exactly Industry 5. So Industry 5, so automation you have already done in as part of Industry 4. Industry 5, what you do is basically adding digital on top of automation. So what do we do by doing Industry 5? Basically we go back to before 1.0 because we have lost all the Mother Earth. So we go back to sustainability. We lost all the water. Now we need to get back. So it's actually, you never go out of this cycle, basically. So you wanted to be, still work with the machines, still work with whatever you have, but then you wanted to go back. How do you recover water? How can you be smarter? How can you save energy by still running the industries? So Industry 5 is, how do we get there? That's importantly human and machine collaboration. So that's where the digital package comes in. And all these smart factories, all these robo-automated machines, all been part of Industry 5.0. So as we have understood, digital and the automation. And then quickly we need to touch, because it's very, very important to touch about the robotics. So this is the robotics is not just a hi-fi machine anymore. It's part of everybody's lab, everybody's any complex assembly, complex manufacturing, complex surgery. today all the robotics, surgery is done by a robotics actually, complex surgery. So robots are there everywhere. What it replaces? It doesn't replace human being. It replaces certain dull jobs. For example, any repetitive jobs. For example, Amazon US put enormous amount of robots to deliver and take the correct package, do the packaging, shipping it. Then the shipping company, DHL, comes and picks it up. So all the repetitive jobs are done by robots. Same thing for all the, we call it as a dirty, which means mostly hazardous. Hazardous jobs are also done by robots. In a coal mill, how do you clean the coal? It's also hazardous. Also sewage, how do you kill? I mean, all these things were done by all the industry waste cleaning. All these things were done by human beings. So now it's all been replaced by robots. And then we also call it as dangerous stuff like pit hole mines. Pit hole mines, then you go, then there is, after certain distance, you don't have much of oxygen. So you don't know. So you need to carry a lot of oxygen. And then we also don't know where exactly we are. So all these jobs were all replaced by bots. So basically bots also came in as part of Industry 5. So Industry 5 brought automation plus bots plus digitalization. That's all. That's important for us to remember. So what does AI give? So we slowly add one by one. What does AI give? AI is not a computer program. So if we are all thinking AI is something my computer engineer does, that's very wrong. AI is there for every field. AI is giving our intelligence. It could be machine intelligence, it could be our intelligence, or it could be intelligence of some other machine. Then we put it into a platform that's called AI. So you see all the human decisions, if AI has to take, all the intelligence has to be available in AI. So you can see traditional software requires human code to map out everyday rule. So when to switch off the machine, when to switch on the machine. These were all part of maintenance man job, early programs. So all these jobs were all done by a AI technology. So when to stop. So all these patterns it will study. And then it will give an indication, okay, now it is safe to start. All the locks, all the feedback systems are on, it's safe to start the full plant. So when the plant is shut down and when the plant is switching off, it's completely, so everything is done by AI. So any industry, AI is there. Of course, we need computer engineers, assistants to code. But the functional knowledge comes from the mechanical, if it is a mechanical industry. Functional knowledge comes from the electrical engineer, if it is an electrical oriented company. Functional knowledge comes from the instrumentation guy, if it is a process industry. So every bit of engineering field is requiring AI. So AI is not a Python program or a COBOL program or a C++ program. It may be written in C. ML is basically the machine learning. Machine learning is also quite important because you feed all the information. You feed different patterns. You feed all the situations. So in a very simple term, very simple term, when we call about digitalization, I don't know how many of you have, say, Maruti or Hyundai, then we all have fitted with a digital package. They all say, my car is fitted with a digital package. What does it do? It tells tire pressure, when to replace tire, when to replace clutch, when to replace carburetor, when to change your brakes, when to change the steering mechanism is weak. Your service engineer knows. Sitting in the service guys, he knows because he start to read how you are riding. தப்பா ஓட்டுறமா சரியா ஓட்டுறது இல்லையா எல்லாத்தையுமே அவங்க ரைட் பண்ணிடுவாங்க. So this is digital. Automation is running a manual car to automated car, but digital is taking out all your data, interpret it, and then giving feedback how your machine is performing. Now you replace the car with machines. That's the digital. So for that, AI and ML is important. And some of the digital systems are also performed by robots. So that's why we also touched about bots. So this is a typical cement plant. It's a typical cement plant. So you start from limestone excavation, then you start storage, and then additives. So it's not just the limestone, we also add a lot of additives actually. And then we go into preheater, heat it up, raw mill will grind and preheater. So you have immense number of machines will run in a very sequential manner before it produces clinker. So this is a complete plant of a cement plant. You go to Madras Cements, Ariyalur, Alathur, it runs like this. So mines may be little far away, 20 kilometers away, but then it runs pretty much, whoever supply the plant, it pretty much has the same. So just wanted to explain about the automation. So automation is already available. In 1970 onwards, we have automated. Almost all the cement plant in India, all the cement plant around the world, 70s to 2000, we have all put it as, all are automated. So this is automated, completely automated cement plant, which means when the preheater is down, when the kiln is down, then we need to be able to switch off all the machines prior. So this is a classical example of automation. So what is then digitalization in an industry perspective? We talked about car, and then we talked about okay, how do we, how the cars are intelligently programmed, and how the digitalization helps the user as well as the service personnel in finding out. Similarly, we also have a lot of products. So this is what we would like to sell. A crusher, a HPGR, a ball mill, a flotation cell, a thickener. So this is what we sell for a mining plant. But if you look at all the left-hand side, all the products, this we call it as asset, we sell to our customer. And what the shareholder value, the customer sees, customer doesn't, customer does, it is not a big matter for a customer. He doesn't see what equipment runs. End of the day, he was able to take out clinker. He wanted to take out so much tons of alumina, so much tons of gold, so much tons of copper, so much tons of phosphate, so much tons of iron ore out. That's exactly what he wants. So in the process, it's not just production alone. So we call it as throughput. The production is called as throughput. So, okay, I already make the throughput. I'm already there. I have a lot of intelligent engineers who is ensuring throughput. How can I run energy low? How can I run my grades are better? How can I get the best possible alumina with a lower grade of lowest grade of raw material? So how do I enrich the material? So these are all the values for the shareholders. So this is not an easy task. So this is not an easy task without an AI/ML solution or without the digital solution. So so we need to take all relevant data from different machines. So that's why we have APC, PCS, CMS. So these are all the AI/ML portion of our digital platform. So we are not only providing the assets, but we are also providing the associated AI/ML packages. So that digital package we also provide. So what it does, it learns how the machines are performing, what is important for you. So on the right hand side you see LOM. LOM means life of mine, spares, consumables, services. These are all the functions, different functions within the industry. So they all have separate function. They all have separate work. The spare parts department ensure that I don't need all the spare parts. I need, so that, because otherwise I bought everything, but I am not using it. So what is required enough? But then it is also important if he knows when is required. So then I can buy. So that is also quite important. When to buy the spare parts. How much I should buy the consumables. All these requires immense amount of data. All these data are captured either in edge platform or cloud solution. So irrespective of the industry, whether you are part of electronics, whether you are part of electrical, whether you are part of mechanical, different types of industry, whether you do products or you do services, These platforms are important if you wanted to provide value-added digital services. So this is digitalization. So very, very highly simplified, highly simplified. So the edge solution is what you have in the plant. So plant near the machine, whatever you can control the machine, nearby the machine, sitting in the nearby the machine. So that we call it as the edge solution. The cloud solution is a very big infrastructure. Not all the industries should have on their own. So it's only one common system, quite big. The people, I mean, the industries need not incur so much of, so multi-million, like 200 million US dollars, they don't have to invest. They just need to subscribe. So that's the important part of it. So they need to subscribe. Then we will analyze the product performance. Then we take out then we have technologies when the bearing is about to break. So we give predictability. So gone are those days where machine is down. Okay, what happened? Bearing is down. So then the maintenance manager is rushing to a plant, taking out, oh, do we have a bearing? Then bearing was sitting for 10 years. Then we will start to look at the bearing. So gone are those days. So now we have technologies where we can see when it will fail. A prediction. Health meter of every machine is possible. And this is, we should not think AIML is a computer program. Computer program for that specific industry. Customized for that specific industry. So that's how the process industries work. And then a few examples of our own industry. So a load IQ is again an example of digitalization. So it's not always the machines are performing to their fullest potential. No, push the machine, push the machine. Pushing the machine will give throughput. Sometimes it will also, we will never know. It will only consume energy, but it may not be running in an optimal way. So those are all, so the load IQ tells what is the optimal speed of a ball mill, sag mill. So beyond which, if you push the machine, it will only draw the energy, but it doesn't create the power is not meaningfully converted into throughput. So those are all the systems we have. Load IQ, and then you can see here detection, cyclone, wires, rope, and wear sensor. So when I need to change the cyclone, because it's all part of the separation equipment. So lot of digital systems useful for the processing industry. And then we do have samplers, analyzers, automated labs. And then just wanted to give one last example of what is the advantage of digitalization in stakeholders' perspective. So we will sell, we have sold assets, we have also sold digital packages. We already had automation, but on top of it, we sold digital. So why should I have it? As a processing company, why should I have it? A maintenance team will look at, okay, health meter of the machine. Does my machine will break off? Now, in 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, when it will break? So always I can look for the health meter. Any specific readings which indicates my attention. Otherwise, I don't have to go and every day I need to go and check the lubrication oil, check the dirty particles, check the oil, and then contamination. I don't have to do. So long if it runs smoothly. So the maintenance man job is highly simplified. It gives predictable, healthy warnings. Then also you created automated inventory. So we now know, even though the bearing is running fine, I cannot afford another stoppage. So I change it in a predictive manner. So I change the bearing in the next shutdown. Then it runs for another 2 years. So this is predictive maintenance. So maintenance team is highly satisfied with the predictable solution. Operations team always want its OPEX cost to be as low as possible. So it also gives actually all these algorithms, the machine learning algorithms gives how can I minimize the wear and tear of the machine? When the machine is running optimal, when the machine is consuming lower energy, when the machine is consuming low amount of water when it is separates. All the patterns, if we can feed, then it can also gives lowest, then the per tonnage of the OPEX cost per ton would be much lower. So the operations teams also have its own advantage. So gone are those days that the industry runs with only the automation, but it is the time now. Every industry, not just the Western companies alone, Western countries alone, but also in India, many industries. We have a plant. We are putting up a plant in Maharashtra, where one of the owner is from Tamil Nadu. He has insisted, actually, I want the digital packages to be insisted, even though the labors are very cheap here. Still they insist, because it's not about labor, it's about avoiding the human error. So there is no room for prediction. So experience is there. That is how we teach the machine, but those are all well taken and then taken it forward. With that, thank you for the opportunity for the short session. Any questions if you have?
Thank you, sir, for the highly informative and insightful session. Thank you, sir, for the highly informative and insightful session. Your perspective on automation and digitalization and their role in processing industry has certainly given us valuable insights into the changing world of engineering and industry. I am sure today's session will inspire many of our young engineers to look beyond conventional engineering practices and embrace emerging technologies.
As we approach the conclusion of this memorable program, it is time to express our gratitude to everyone who contributed to its success. I now invite Dr. P. Vishwanathan, Associate Professor, Department of Mechanical Engineering, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Vanakkam. So I am really honored for being part of this endowment lecture. So all the speakers have told about their experience. They shared their experience with our Nair sir. Normally, fondly is called as a Nair sir. So when I studied PG, he was the principal. So I can cite a few examples what I had with him. So in 1999, those days, when new softwares came into the engineering field. So that is the time a lot of softwares like Pro-E, AutoCAD, IDEAS, CATIA, everything came into the market. Okay, so any software launched globally, the next day it will find a place in PSG, or it will be brought to PSG as soon as possible. Normally the software, it will be launched in PSG Tech in the first time. Okay, so there was a very eager among the students to learn all the things. So normally to learn that softwares, students will learn after the class hours, because they will have a regular class hour. After that, only it will be, there is a big CAD center here in the Y block above. So students will be there, always there. And the labs are open throughout the day, throughout the night also. So one day I was working on a system that was around 2 o'clock in the night. Okay, right? So I was working on IDEAS. Okay, so around 2 o'clock, one hand touched my shoulder, and a deep, husky voice from my back came. Gentlemen, it is nice to see you learn IDEAS. You want to learn? Use a smaller Pentium system, because I was using a big Sun Solaris system. It was a very big, it has a very big monitor, which consumed more power. So it is meant for huge projects and all. So I want to sit on that. So I sat on that system and I was learning it. So I turned back and I got shocked. So it was none other than our principal, Dr. Radhakrishnan Nair sir. Then he told and he moved on. Then when I was in a shock at the time, because it was 2 o'clock in the night. Okay, then my friends who are sitting along with me told that he was standing behind me for more than 20 minutes and observing what I was doing. So that was his passion and dedication to the student community. He always sees the betterment of the student community. So I can say him as the man of latest technologies and connectivity. So whatever the latest thing which happens globally, he will bring it to the college. And also, for anything you approach, if you go and see him, he will give a connectivity across the globe. So that was his passion, and he was seen throughout the day and night in this campus. He dedicated his life for the student community and for this PhD Tech. So I can be very proud to say that, okay, during his period, tenure of principal, PhD Tech was ranked 8th and 9th position in all over India, ranking higher than IITs and NITs. It was a proud moment for all of us, because during that time I was studying here, my master's here. So that time we were ranked 8th position in India. Okay, so with all these words, I'm really honored to be a part of this endowment lecture. I would like to express my gratitude to our management, principal, alumni association, and the alumni who established this endowment in honor of our esteemed Professor Dr. P.Radhakrishnan Nair sir. So in this today's event, our alumni, Mr. Sivakumar, who was here right from the morning and addressing the students of mechanical engineering and being the chief guest of today's endowment lecture, had thrown us the insight about the digitization and automation in process industries, in particular to cement and mining industries. Thank you, sir. So I thank our chief guest for immediately accepting our invitation without any reservation, saying that, so when I called him, he just said, Nair sir was our principal. He taught me SIM and other computer-related courses. It is my privilege and honor to be a part of this thing. Sir, thank you, sir, for accepting our invitation. I thank Alumni Association for organizing this 4th endowment lecture, and thank Prabhu Gandhi Kumar, Vice President, for presiding this function, and Dr. Arasu, General Secretary, for organizing this event. And also I thank Dr. Giriraj and Director Kanchana Madam for being a part of this. I sincerely thank Dr. Kannan, HOD of Mechanical Engineering, for playing an active role in organizing this event and supporting this function. I thank all the colleagues and all the participating members from PSG IAS. Finally, I thank the students, the nation's future engineers who are going to build our nation a strong and prosperous nation. Once again, I thank the management, principal, alumni association for this occasion. Thank you all.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have now come to the conclusion of today's session. I request everyone to kindly rise for national anthem.
पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे.
With this, we come to the end of the 4th Dr. P. Radhakrishnan Endowment Lecture. On behalf of the PhD Tech Alumni Association, and the Department of Mechanical Engineering, I extend my sincere thanks to our distinguished guests, faculty members, students, alumni, and everyone who joined us today. Thank you all for your gracious presence and participations. Have a wonderful day. Thank